Hey, everybody. Thanks for...
Oh, here we go.
Hey, everyone. It's Mark Roberts here from Film...
Stop it. Come on.
Hey, everyone. It's Mark Roberts here from Film Hustlers. I just want to thank you all for listening and remind you to share, to rate, to review, to give us stars, however many stars you think. And also, look back at some of the shows. There's been amazing people on the shows, great professionals. It's possible that some of your friends that are filmmakers, it could be a big help to them and also to us, because it gets more people listening. So I just want to thank you guys for listening and enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Film Hustlers.
There we go. There is a guy I know.
Yes. Hey guys, we're excited because this is our 5th season. We're entering our 5th season, and this season's going to be really special. We're throwing hats over the fence this time.
Lit on fire.
How do I sound, Dave?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Okay, good. Just making sure.
He's the only one with like the screen protector on his thing now.
Well, I got a screen protector. I got like a full mic stand. Yeah, I seem professional, like a Fred Rogan kind of thing. Oh, Fred Rogan.
Fred Rogan. Is that Joe Rogan's brother?
Oh, Joe Rogan. I meant. Yeah. Didn't Fred Rogan retire? I think he did.
I seen him at McDonald's the other day, actually.
Yeah?
In the drive-thru.
Oh, man. Yeah. But anyway, welcome to the show, Davey Dave. What's your name? Rod.
Who's Rod?
Who's Rod? We're excited to be doing it. It's going to be an exciting year.
What are we doing this season?
This season, we're going to be making an entire film, a whole movie, and it's all going to be handled through foreign distribution.
Ooh.
It's a very, very hard thing to do. I've never done it, and I don't even want to say how long I've been in the business. I've probably been in the business 30 years, maybe. I've never done a film through foreign distribution.
Really?
Interesting.
It's hard. Do you guys know anything about foreign distribution that I should know?
No, but I can YouTube it real quick.
Yeah, that's what.
So all you have to do is YouTube it, and that will solve the issue of how to do
anything.
it. Yeah.
You want to be a lawyer? YouTube it.
Let me tell you something. You can't. No, actually, you can't. And not only can you not, but it's not like putting up like a shower curtain, right? This is a lot of elements to do a foreign distribution model. We're trying to figure it out, right? But right. I think what you have to do is you have to have the right cast that will sell all over the world. Yep. You have to have the right director, writer. Yep. In some cases, I don't think all of those cases have to be perfect, but there does have to be at least cast. Right. And the script has to be action, horror, or thriller.
Correct genre, yeah.
The correct genre, right? And why is that? What is it about comedies that people don't care about overseas? What is the issue with that?
Are you asking?
Yeah, I'm asking.
Well, you know this question, but I'll answer it.
Answer it.
They're regional.
Right. So if I tell a joke that you guys laugh at, if I tell that same joke in Ethiopia, they're not going to like it.
It's like watching a Seinfeld joke in Nigeria, and they're talking about an answering machine.
Right. Yeah. They don't get it.
It's not going to work. Because you want to be able to turn your TV volume down. I was about to say turn the TV off. You could turn the TV volume and still follow the story.
Right.
Action, you see it. Thriller, you feel it.
So we're going to do a movie, and we're gonna.
Do westerns fall in that category?
Yeah, dude. Westerns.
Right?
Yeah, westerns don't travel.
Maybe we make a western.
A western would be great, but it's not a foreign distribution modeled.
That's true.
Genre, right?
Wah.
Because not only is it not a genre that works all over the world, it's one that barely works here. Like not until they started doing
Yellowstone.
But that's not
Yellowstone.
Really
Yeah, well, I mean,
it takes place in the country.
Close.
I'm talking like old school, like Fistful of Dollars, Sergio Leone.
Yeah, well, no one does that anymore.
They don't, do they?
They do here and there. Like, I'm a big fan of westerns. I love westerns.
You've always wanted to make a Mexican western.
I have. I wanted to make a Magnificent Seven, like, for instance, with Latinos. But I got to tell you something. We're going to figure out this foreign thing for sure, but I got to tell you something. I just watched Blue Beetle. Have you guys seen Blue Beetle?
Oh, I love Blue Beetle, man.
You love Blue Beetle? My personal taste, like, I liked it too, but the issue that I had with it is that I think they went too far with the Latino thing.
It always happens.
Yeah, I think it was cool because it was highlighting one family, so
the family was great, but then everyone was Latino.
Well, it was in Mexico, bro.
It wasn't effortlessly diverse. The girl, was that Becky G? Everyone was Latino. Everybody.
Hold on a second. Was George Lopez in this movie?
Yes. Yeah, but he was great. So
he was good.
They should have just stuck to the family and George and made everyone else like the way the world is. Some black people, some white people, like made it like that. Right. But they didn't. Like they really stretched it out. Now, maybe they did it for a reason. Maybe that's what they wanted. In that case, it was perfect then. Yeah. But for me, sometimes I watch things as a filmmaker and I think if I would have done that, I think I would have made it half like the real world and half Latino.
Yeah.
Not
But
the
if
whole
it
thing.
takes place in Mexico City,
I swear it's not Mexico City. Are you going to check?
Yeah, I'm going to check right now.
all right,
Stand by.
stand by.
So it appears to be an island off the coast of Florida.
Okay, good. So then it's a made-up place.
Right.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful. It is beautiful. Like,
It's a made-up place, but it's off the coast of Florida.
Right, off
so
the coast
it's
of
not
Florida.
Mexico City.
No, it's not Mexico. But you know what's interesting about it? That now that you say that, it's interesting because they did, like, when they're sitting on their house looking at the city, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, what city is that? Because it looked amazing, you know. But anyway, that's my thought about that. I don't know. Who knows? Whatever. I think as we move into a foreign distribution model, we have a lot to learn.
Yeah.
So you guys at home, get your pencils and paper out, pads, and we're gonna learn this together.
Chalkboard.
We're gonna make a movie with foreign distribution. Lots of people do this, like all over the world. They do it this way. We're gonna do it this way right here. We're going to work with Film Mode if they're lucky. If we pick them, we're going to work with Film Mode, Clay Epstein's company, and he's going to help us by giving us all the rules. These are the cast. This is the type of writing. This is the type of action. This is how much money you're going to spend, and hopefully we're going to make money for our investors right here on the show.
Yeah.
The whole point is to make a great movie, cast it awesomely, and also make a bunch of money for everyone involved, right?
Yeah.
And learn a little something. Hopefully we can all learn
a
something
lot.
together.
Learn a lot.
So before we move on with the show, I wanted to cover a couple of things. I wanted to talk about extrememusic.com because last week or the week before I did that example, and I think I used 2 instruments instead of 1. So I want to do it this week, and I want you guys to listen carefully how the instrumentation on this first piece is going to be full, and I'm going to try to narrow this down to 1 instrument on the second song, because I really want you guys to hear this automation that they have, because it's pretty amazing. And I'm sure other companies do it, but I think they do it extremely well. Mm-hmm. So
You
here's
see what you did right there?
extremely-well.com. All right, so listen to this one. You feeling that?
Wow.
It's like it's deep. It's got
moving.
tones.
Yeah. That's like moving. Like dun 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 dun.
Yeah,
like,
something
come
there.
on.
So, and this other piece now is with only 1 instrument that is automated right in their system. You could make it fit your scene. Same song.
Really cool.
I
Yeah.
actually like this one better.
That was really dope, Roberts.
Yeah.
How
I like
did you
this one
do
better.
that?
Automation on extrememusic.com. They're
You
the
know,
best.
You got a knack for this music. And people are asking about the music in Beautiful Darkness and how great it was.
Got it all on extrememusic.com.
Yeah, and who put that shit together?
We all did. But
Oh, here we go. We as a group.
well, if the thing about music and
You want some Fazuls or
No,
what?
hey, you got to give me some Fazul. No, but look, as a producer, it's one of the things that I like to do the most. Directors don't always necessarily go with everything I choose. We have music supervisors on movies.
Yeah.
They help with stuff, but I do. I know myself, and I know that I spend probably more time than anyone else would listening to music and trying to fit the right songs into the scenes. The other thing that's really useful for me, and if you're a producer, you could do this, or a filmmaker, take your movie and put it into iMovie without music.
Yeah.
And then when you find songs on extrememusic.com, you download them, put them into iMovie, move them around, and put them in the scenes and see if they work.
Oh.
Because otherwise, there's no real way to know for sure, right?
Yeah.
You're just listening, and then you're thinking, does that fit?
Yeah.
So I actually grab them, I download them, put them
that's
into
smart.
the movies.
Yeah.
iMovie, and I watch it with the music that I picked. That's why I think I'm so effective at doing it, because I actually edit them.
Yeah.
But not like an editor would, but just
Right.
like as a
Placeholder.
producer would, as a placeholder, and kind of give examples.
Yeah. Smart.
And then you start to get a feeling of whether or not that's the way you want to go. And then a director could say, like, "Ooh, I wasn't thinking that at all," because it's possible, right? Everyone has different ideas. But yeah.
Well, we kind of, I don't want to say butt head, but we had differences on some of the music choices that you were giving in Beautiful Darkness, but we figured it out.
Yeah, extrememusic.com, they provide everything you need, and they give you automation. They give you, hundreds of thousands of different kinds of songs and different feelings, different genres.
Yeah.
But check them out.
Because you could really go down a rabbit hole. I did that the other night. And you could just type in whatever you're feeling, your whatever you wanted. All this stuff pops up, and then you start listening.
Yeah.
And then you keep going.
And within the song, if you punch in, let's say drama, and it brings up a bunch of dramas, and then you click on a song, and it starts to play that song. When you click on the song, it opens up a little window.
Yeah.
And at the bottom of that window, there's all these other choices. It's like orchestration or country or or different types of feelings or drama or spiritual. And you click on those, and it takes you to a whole other level of songs, that starts to use all of the words that you've punched in. So it's interesting. Yeah. It's a great system. And again, it's part of the process of making. You can't make movies without music, and music really helps your movie be great. So spend some time on extrememusic.com, pick songs you like, go to iMovie, put them in there, work with it, and then call Russ Emanuel and buy them.
Boom.
Have you guys heard of the be do have principle?
Be do have? Sounds like a hairstyle. I got the be do have.
Okay, so you're going to hang with me for a second here because I want to talk about this. So
take your time.
The essence of be do have. Okay, this is the essence of be do have. Success in any area of life always starts with a very clear picture about the results you desire, right?
Yeah.
If you don't know what the goal is, it's impossible to tell if you've achieved success or not. Once we are really clear about what we want and why we want it, the game-changing question is not what do I need to do, but who do I need to be? Are we getting clear on that?
Yeah.
Who do I need to be?
This is good. I like
Once we are really clear about what we want and why we want it, the game-changing question is what do I need to be? Another way of asking this question is what kind of person would have success to the kind of outcomes that I want. For example, let's say I want to write a book that's a bestseller. Only 2% of authors will ever sell enough copies of their book to justify the time, money, and energy they've spent on writing it. That sounds familiar, right? Sounds like a movie person, right? Mm-hmm. It's not simply the best books that gets published. Just like it's not the most talented sports person or director or writer or business person that ends up on top of the pile. Despite what most people think, the best don't always finish first. So simply doing my best isn't likely to deliver the result I am looking for. I need to find out what kind of person gets their book published and sold when most others don't. The question I need to ask myself is, who do I need to be to write a bestseller? Who do I need to be to direct a number one movie? Who do I need to be to produce a number one movie?
Whose casting couch do I need to get on to get?
If that's your idea of success, then the answer is right? Yeah. So here's how it works. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
They say when I have enough time, this is what people say. When I have enough time, money, and support, then I'll do the things I've always wanted to do, and I'll be happy and successful. The problem is I don't have it yet. If I had what that person had, I'd be successful, right? That's a victim, just in case you're wondering. Mm-hmm. That's a victim. Okay. These other people say, the more I do, the more I'll have. The more I'll have, the happier I'll be. The problem is, the more I do, the more there is to still do. I am defined by what I do, so I become driven, busy, and tired. The more I have, the more there is to lose, so the harder I work. We all know that the link between having more things and being happier is a myth. So being happy never arrives. Right? So that's another one, and that guy's called the worker.
Yeah.
Right? Works hard every day, has stuff, but is not happy. Now, here's a winner. You ready for the winner definition?
Yeah.
Okay,
we're ready.
Be do have, this is the winner. It is not what do I need to have before I can start or what work I need to do, but who do I need to be? What kind of person would have access to the kind of outcomes I want? Then being that kind of person, what would I be doing? And then the having takes care of itself, right? So if you want to be a certain type of successful person, what does the successful person that you admire do? And you do those things because then you'll achieve the success that you want to achieve.
I saw this movie. It was with Leonardo DiCaprio, and he wrote checks. Remember that?
Yes.
What was it called?
Catch Me If You Can.
Catch Me If You Can. He wanted to be an attorney. He was an attorney. He wanted to be a doctor. I concur. Doctor, you concur?
I concur.
That's right.
Go ahead, doctor. Finish the search.
You could do it. Be, do, have is definitely the rarest of these three lifestyles and the most abstract. Yet, it's the only one that works. You have to be and do the things that the successful person in your mind does to attain the things that you want to attain.
Right.
When I am a director, when I am a producer, when I am a writer, and I'm getting paid $500,000 a movie, then I'll be successful. It's the reverse. And then I'm going to do the things that a successful person does, and then the money's going to be there. Yeah. Or the success is going to be there. You know, I believe that. 100%.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah, for sure. I had dinner with the guy. I'm not going to say his name, but he did a really cool doc on Netflix that everybody saw. And he thought that it was going to be, that was it. You know what I mean? He got a bunch of praise. Everyone's excited. Once the steam kind of let out.
The news cycle's
Yep.
new tomorrow.
The phone calls, like people weren't taking his calls anymore. He thought, man, what happened? You know?
Yeah. I mean, if I go back 30 years and say, like when I was a tour guide here at Universal Studios, or when I was an extra in movies, what I thought I was getting into is not what I'm into.
Yeah.
What I'm doing now, although completely satisfying for different reasons, is not what I thought it was going to be, right? And for years, decades, I thought it's going to, I'm going to do a movie and everyone's going to notice, right? And I'm going to go to Sundance one day and my life's going to change. By the way, that happened.
Yeah.
And nothing changed. In fact,
that's what
I was probably less successful after that happened.
Yeah.
Because I was expecting everyone to just kind of call me up and go like, "You're the guy, let's go," But it didn't happen.
You're the guy.
You're the guy. Let's go. You're the comedy dude with the Latino chops, right?
They really call you. Hey, you're the guy. Let's go.
Let's go. Where am I going? It doesn't matter. Here you are. Here's a studio. Here's an office.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't work that way. And eventually, you get into a business that is not what you first got into, but you got to do it anyway because now you're deep into it and you've committed like decades of your life to it. And now, what are you going to do? Quit?
Yeah, exactly.
And go find something else that takes you another 10 years to figure out how to work on.
So, Professor Roberts, I have a question. Going back to your lecture earlier in the classroom. So, you have to be that guy, right? In a sense, like
we do have.
So no, at the end, so you had the victim, you had the what was this
worker,
the worker, and then you had the dude who
the winner,
right? But you got to think like that. So you thought like that to do the comedy at Sundance. And you were it, right?
No, I was still a victim. I was.
Wait, hold on a second. But you did it.
Yeah, being successful in the eyes of
but you knew what
your
it took
community doesn't necessarily mean that you're happy or that you're getting what you want, right?
Well, happiness and success are two different things.
Correct. I was succeeding at raising money. I was succeeding at making movies.
You made a good movie.
I was succeeding at working with people that were getting me to the step that I needed to get to, which was Sundance, and Dave Letterman financed that movie. So I was in it as deep as I'd ever been, and I was very happy with my movement. But I still was waiting to be successful because I was like, this isn't what success is. There's something else, right? There's money coming. There's people throwing movies at me and business at me, and it's going to be awesome, right?
Yeah.
So I was not being with what I had. I was expecting something else. So I was a victim.
Yeah.
Even though I was arguably successful.
Yeah.
Some people wouldn't call it successful. Some people would.
Yeah.
If you're in the business struggling, you'd be like, oh my, that guy's killing it.
No,
sure. But if you're not, you're like, well, what'd you get out of it? How much money did you make? Well, not much.
Well, yeah. And I think the takeaway from this is like you always have to, you got to put yourself in that mindset, correct? and then you got to stay there and just keep being that guy.
Well, okay.
Otherwise, you're going to get eaten up.
So the last thing I'm going to say, because I don't want to turn this into a class, which I already have.
Dave needs a hall pass. Got to go.
Wait, you got detention.
What a dick! Fuck this class. I'm out here anyway.
You didn't even sign up for this thing.
I'm in the wrong class anyway.
What is this? This is a gym?
Is this physical ecology? The last thing I'm going to say about this, because this is kind of like the whole point, is that if you are consistent, people will feel it and they'll know it about you.
Yeah.
Right? They'll know, I want to work with this guy because he's not, I don't call him up at 8 and he's like a different person on the phone.
Yeah.
He's always the same person with me.
You know what the kids say about that? It's being real. Right, Davey Dave? Isn't that on the streets?
Yeah, keeping it real.
Keeping it real.
All right, so that's my lecture for today. Did that make sense?
Good. It did make a lot of sense.
It did make a lot of sense.
I mean, someone may need to hear that.
No, it was good. I liked it.
I was thinking about it, and I have to remind myself all the time because the business is so brutal.
It is.
Right?
Yeah.
I get my ass kicked. I get it handed to me today, and then the next day I'm handed a contract and a new movie and another new movie, and then I get my ass handed to me the day after that. Yeah. So there's no time for me to be a different human being. I've got to be the same guy so that I stay sane.
Yeah.
If I'm trying to be something else to succeed, then it's not going to work.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're still a great writer, director. You're still a great producer. Bring that to the table every time.
Yeah. And
be open. Mm-hmm. And by saying that, I'm saying be open in your life, be open with your kids, be open with your wife. Yeah. The whole thing. Not just real. There. Yeah, it has to be real. Yeah. Otherwise, you will come off as inauthentic, which will then make people wonder if this is the person I want to work with.
Yeah.
You know, you could say that that's not true, but I believe to my core that that is why people succeed. Right. Because they're authentic and real.
Yeah, for sure. I'm late for 6th period, though. I got to get going.
Hey, you know what? You guys know what to do for homework, so do it. So, all right, so moving on. We're going to talk to Christian Sesma, who actually works a lot in the foreign distribution model.
Yeah.
Every actor that he's had in his last 3 movies are all like huge foreign. They're huge here. Yeah. They're stunt guys. Their names are known. If you saw them, you'd be like, oh, I know that guy.
Yeah.
And we'll talk to him about how he does it. And what, and if he has any advice for us as we move into this business.
Yep.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, it's fucked up. I should be right here, dude.
Wow, there we go.
Wow.
Hello. Christian Sesma, please.
This is good.
Mark Roberts calling from.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on. I'm the assistant.
Yeah, would you get him? Did you ever do that when you were younger? Did you ever have someone? Did you ever pretend you were your own assistant?
No, I didn't do that. When I was younger, I was actually like the major prank caller guy.
Oh, really?
Jerky Boys?
Yeah, totally. Stuff like that, dude.
Calling about the job.
What's up, fellas?
Hey, man. So we were talking. You know, we're starting our 5th season on the show.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Thank you. You were a guest on the show earlier, like I think in the 2nd season or something like that.
Yeah, King Taco. Yeah, you know that memory came up on my Facebook memories just recently.
Nice.
Yeah, isn't that funny? And then I think I was calling you Cessna, like the plane, for the whole show.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. I apologized earlier. I'm going to apologize again. I'm sorry about that.
It's a Rodney Dangerfield. You get no respect.
No respect.
But what we are doing on the show this season, and we thought it'd be important to have you on first. But we are thinking. We did our short film last season.
Yeah.
Beautiful Darkness, and this season we're thinking about doing. Actually, we're not thinking about doing. We're doing it. We're going to do a feature film through foreign distribution, like a full feature. Right. So we know that your work. I don't even know how far back it goes, but over the past 2 years, I've been following your career. You clearly are doing movies with a bunch of very successful actors that seem to have extreme value overseas. Is that true?
Yeah. That's how this works. Yeah, for sure.
So, are you involved in a foreign distribution model? Is that what you've been doing?
Yeah. So, like, obviously, like my wheelhouse is the action thriller genre. And action is very heavily financed in the independent world through foreign sales and foreign distribution. Yeah, for sure.
So let me ask you, just so our listeners know, like, how many films have you made as a director?
I just wrapped my 18th one.
That's amazing. Wow. So I mean, so clearly, it's possible that, I know that a lot of people do. I'm going to confess something. I've been in the business for a lot of years. I've never done a foreign distribution model movie. I've never done it. I've never liked it. I've always been against it. I've always hated the rules and regulations. But I thought it'd be great for the show if the hustlers tried it and kind of debunked the idea that it's not possible, because it is possible. Lots of people do it. Lots of companies do it well. You're doing it. You have a great career. You're working with a bunch of amazing actors. You're making action films that are great. So we just wanted to kind of touch base with you and see, what your experience has been with working in that model where they give you ideas on actors, give you ideas on directors and scripts. I mean, clearly you're a director that is valuable in films overseas, right?
Yeah. So, look, all those kind of like film markets, right? AFM and all MIPCOM, all those things, those are all foreign sales driven markets, right? Yeah. Because, like when you start, I think the indie action thriller like market is basically like a reflection of mainstream big tentpole Hollywood, right? So it's like, you can't just make Fast and Furious for America. Fast and Furious is huge overseas too, stuff like that, right? It's like Fast and Furious makes hundreds of millions in China and Europe and this, that, and the other. So I think it's similar with the indie action thriller. Action and action thrillers are, relatable all across the world, right? Like, and that's why dramas don't do well for this kind of the way this market works. And same thing with like comedies and things like that. It's not translatable to like American humor is not the same thing as German humor, is not the same thing as Asian humor. Same thing with drama, right? But action, man, that's just, transferable anywhere.
Yeah, that's interesting. And do you think that the worldwide market for action and thrillers is as strong as it's been any other year? Is it diminishing or is it the same?
Well, overall, that's why I was like, action never goes anywhere. But like right now, we're in a kind of weak market for that in the indie world, right? But that's also because of the strike, this, that, and the other. So the state of the industry overall is in such flux. So it's a little trickier, right? Yeah. But I think action kind of, action never dies kind of thing. There's a reason why you can still make, a $10 million movie with Nicolas Cage. You know, it's like Nicolas Cage was giant, and he's still giant in his own world, right? Yeah. So things like that.
His name came up the other day. I think some foreign distributor was saying like he still delivers a great, performance and gives you everything he's got. Yeah,
absolutely. Did you
work with him?
I had a project with Cage. The movie ended up not going through, but we were like, him and I were in prep. We were rapping out all the time. We were in prep in Louisiana. And the financing from like Canada or something, some weird shit, fell through.
Yeah, it happens.
And the whole thing didn't. Man, that happens all the time.
Yeah.
So it's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. And was he a good guy?
A great guy.
Yeah.
Cage is awesome.
Yeah, I'd love to work with that dude. He's he's a legend. And you recently worked with Val Kilmer.
Yeah, a couple years back. Yeah, I think it was like 3 years ago now. Yeah.
How was that? He's a legend too. That guy was amazing career.
Yeah, so he, it's funny when we got him, he had just finished shooting Maverick, right? But Maverick was on hold. Maverick was on hold for whatever reason, so he just couldn't do Maverick. And they're like, Kilmer's available, but obviously, he has a lot of health issues. He can't speak. And I was like, I don't care. I'll dub him over 100%, bro. Like, I want to work with Kilmer bad. I'm not gonna. You think I'm gonna pass up Iceman and Doc Holliday, bro?
No way, man. No way.
I'm gonna do it. So yeah, but if you watch that and that movie was small, so I dubbed him over 100% with a voice actor that's really kind of a good buddy that does a lot of big actors.
And how did it? I haven't had a chance to watch it, but how was?
No, yeah, it came out good.
Yeah,
it came out good.
I saw it. It was I liked it.
Yeah, can you tell that? No. Oh, that's awesome. So you did a good job.
Yeah. But we did it.
But I think you're right. I think you can't pass up opportunity to work with a legend like that. He's an amazing talent. He's like, he was a star for 3 decades.
Quick little story. That when that movie fell through, the Cage movie, I drove home from Louisiana. On the way home from Louisiana, we stopped at Tombstone. And literally, a man is like, dude, you're a working artist. So it's like, dude, I'm out of a job. Like, the big job that was supposed to happen didn't happen, and we had this crazy road trip home, And this opportunity came up to do this tiny little movie in my backyard. And I was like, yeah, dude, I'll do it. I need a job. Like, you need to do something. And that's how Pay Dirt came about, thus Kilmer, thus Tombstone.
That's
so
amazing.
that Cage movie is kind of directly related to that Kilmer movie.
Yeah, that's funny. I think we haven't talked about it much, but I think a lot of times when you fail, or when you think you failed, you're actually headed towards a bigger success.
Well, it's funny because just making that little movie, Pay Dirt, like, definitely kicked off like another section of my career. Yeah, for sure.
Well, meeting new people, working with with actors that you respect, that's kind of cool. Now, if you had advice for the hustlers, the hustlers are just imagine us as a unit that's much smaller and hasn't done work in this genre before. If you were to pick a sweet spot financially for a movie that we were going to make in the action area where we could sort of certainly have some success financially with it, what would you say that budget would look like for us?
But we're also friends, so keep it real.
Yeah, keep it real.
And you saw Beautiful Darkness, so you know.
Yeah. I mean,
pressure.
Look, dude. I think it all depends who you can get in it, right? That determines what that budget is, and that's the secret to these foreign films. Like, so if I have a project, if I have a script, the actors determine exactly what the budget is, because in this world, every actor has like a dollar amount, technically, like in their kind of like Excel spreadsheet all across the world, right? So let's say I have Cage or whatever, right? All right, I send that to my sales reps and my, buyer friends, and I'm like, guys, I got a movie with so-and-so. What can I get for them? They'll come back with, all right, well, you can get $2 million in America, 500,000 in freaking Germany, blah, blah, blah. So this is like spreadsheet. So it's basically who you think you can get on it will determine what you should spend budget-wise. And then off of that, it's like, what you can spend budget-wise, you cut it down a little bit so you can make money.
Right. So is there a below the line so does the below the line stay the same and just the actor budget? Oh, it does? Okay.
Pretty much.
What would be a good below the line for us to keep an eye on? 500,000, 700,000?
Yeah, I think you could do like a decent little action indie for like 500,000 to 700,000 below the line.
Okay. And then depending on actors, all of that.
Look, bro, if we're keeping it real now that I made Pay Dirt all in for $300,000.
Wow. You can't see me, but I'm bowing right now.
Right. So, but I'm saying like that Pay Dirt kind of kicked off like a lot of things. So it's like, I had nothing. They're like, we'll give you 300 G's to make a movie. I'm like, yeah, I'll do it, dude. Let's go. And that's how much that movie was in. All in, bro. Like top to bottom, soup to nuts.
Wait a minute. With actors and everything?
100%. Soup to nuts. Top to bottom, 300 G's.
Wow. I can't even believe it. So you guys made money on that for sure.
Made a little bit.
Yeah, that's nice. Oh my God. So okay, so that gives us an idea. So see what we should be looking at, boys.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's really really helpful.
You can do it with the right production team. You know what I mean? It just depends on what it is. But I made that movie with that.
What was your schedule like?
I think I did that one in like 15 days.
Perfect.
Like a TV
Which
movie.
is about right for any like indie world thing. Like it's rare that on these action movies I get more than 20 days.
Yeah, well, because people want to get in and out, right? Because of the amount of money they're making.
Right. Exactly.
Have you ever worked with Seagal?
No, and I wouldn't.
I heard he comes in, but you can only use like him from the neck up.
It's really bad.
Yeah, I'm serious.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Well, that's amazing, dude. I mean, I don't think I really didn't expect you to say that amount of money. That's an insane amount of money, but clearly you're super talented because, it takes a certain something to do it at that level. But do you work with a lot of the same crew? Do these people know you?
Yeah. So usually I have like a turnkey production services team under my like production company, when I'm shooting here in Southern California for the most part. And then when I shoot out of state, I definitely have like my same keys and cinematographers and first ADs and things like that. So I usually keep like a tight little core creative team and key team. And then when I'm here in locally, I definitely have like the full production services team from top to bottom.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. So, and let me ask you this. Have you ever worked with a company called Film Mode?
No.
Clay Epstein?
No, I've never heard of them.
Maybe I shouldn't trust him then. Do you have any foreign distribution companies that you think might want to work with us?
Totally, man. I can introduce you a whole bunch. I mean, there's like 4 I could think of off the bat that would be in this range for sure.
All right, cool. Well, no, we appreciate it. Like we're starting to investigate and kind of write things down. You were our first guest regarding this because you're the most successful person we know in this arena. So
Right.
we appreciate you coming on. Would you mind if we called you through our process to kind of ask you what you think of things and stuff like that?
No, always holler anytime.
All right, cool. Well, awesome. Well, thanks for coming on. Congratulations. What's your latest film? You have anything coming?
Yeah, so you remember that movie you guys visited, that Lights Out? That comes out in February.
Oh, that's great.
That's Frank Grillo, Mekhi Phifer,
Oh, wow.
Dermot Mulrooney,
Great cast.
Cowboy Cerrone, Scott Atkins, Jamie King, and a few others.
Wow, that's a great cast. Cowboy's the MMA fighter, right?
Yeah. It's a really fun movie, big ensemble. It's gonna be really cool.
That must have been a big budget.
No, that was like $5 million.
Yeah.
Shoot, that's amazing. When we call you again, you can give us all the information.
Yeah,
about
dude, that'd be fun.
Where
We're
people
coming
can
to
see
the
it.
red carpet, too.
Yeah, we want to come to the red carpet.
Exactly. I was about to say. I see. Finally, COVID's over, so I think we'll finally have real premieres and shit for these ones. I haven't had a decent one in a while.
Oh, that'd
Latino
be
press
cool.
got to be there too.
That's right.
Got it, bro. Got it. Let's go.
All right, let's roll.
Well, that's awesome, man. Congratulations. Let's have you on the show like in person next time, if that's okay.
Anytime. Pink Taco, bro. Chips and
Yeah,
salsa. Let's go.
We're over at Universal now. We left Pink Taco.
we
We're
were
moving on up.
we were spending all our budget on the
Getting drunk.
drinks.
It was too
and
bad. Getting wasted.
It wasn't working out. But we'll talk to you real soon, Christian. Thanks for spending
right,
time with
guys.
us.
All right,
Okay.
later, brother.
All right,
Peace,
Later,
bro.
bro.
Bye.
thanks. Bye. That was cool.
Yeah.
Good info, man.
I don't know, dude. He said he had like 4 other distributors that he can hook us up with.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
So we're gonna do Clay dirty?
Well, I don't know if we're going to do him dirty, but we should.
Well, we should
Investigate.
We should investigate. Isn't that
right?
our job on the show to
Yeah,
like
of
find?
course.
Well, as producers,
As
Yeah.
producers, we got to figure out who we're going to be working
the
with,
due
right?
diligence,
So
bro.
he's action indie, but also thriller too. Didn't he say he does some thriller too?
Who?
Christian.
Well, he was talking about the foreign distribution model, like
Yeah.
action thriller. Action is the bread and butter.
Yeah.
I like that. It's by the way super talented to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And someone who is willing to work no matter what the budget is.
Yeah.
Is pretty cool. Because you're sowing your oats. You're putting in your hours. You're directing. You're talking to people. Working with Val Kilmer at under $1 million is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
That's dope.
I'm not sure I would do it. Just telling you right now. I mean, maybe to work with Kilmer.
Yeah.
But that's hard, man.
What he did 5 with the other one. 5
What he
million.
did is hard.
Yeah. Oh yeah. For 3.
What he did
Well,
is
he
hard.
also did it in
his backyard.
in his city.
Yeah.
So shooting location cost was probably like super low. They
Oh,
probably didn't charge him for shit.
No, and out where he's at, he's out in the desert out here. He's well known, well respected.
Yeah.
I'm sure he got hooked up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. Like if you could do it, like if you were able to go back to your hometown,
Yeah.
you'd get a bunch of
We
support.
could do it in Riverside.
Yeah. there we
Riverside
go.
would hook us up, you
Yeah.
think? Yeah, see, that's the thing.
Yep.
But he's also, in an area where there's reservations, and he's got a lot of support from reservations and stuff like that. So I don't know how much. I got to watch the movie. I'm sure it's great. All right, cool. Well, I think this was a great show. I'm sorry I taught a class at the beginning of it,
It
but
was good, Professor Roberts.
but I think it's important to talk about how to manifest your
That was
future.
good. Manifesting. That was the word I was
You
looking
got to
for earlier.
manifest. You got to manifest. You got to be, do, have.
It's really
Be.
manifesting. That's what it is. What you were preaching.
So, all right, cool. Well, it was awesome talking to you guys. Let's start this 5th season. Let's go make a movie.
Yeah.
We'll get to investors eventually, but I think the idea that we're probably sitting a little under $1 million.
Yeah.
And then any actor that we can secure after that will be above it. So it could end up being a $1.5, $1.6 million movie.
Yeah.
And we could do it. We can make this happen.
I'm thinking action thriller. What do you think, Davey Dave?
Action.
Action. Action Jackson.
I kind of like action. Yeah.
Action.
I mean, I don't
Shoot
know.
'em
Let's
up
talk.
from the beginning.
Next time we talk to Sesma, we'll have to ask him like what percentage of the script can be action so that it can be producible.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
you got the issue with filmmakers, especially indie, is that we always bite off more then we can actually shoot.
Yeah.
Right? Because if you go too much action, we're going to have to go shoot it, and then we'll be dead and getting cramps in the middle of the night.
That's true.
Right? You don't want to do that. You want to have some
pigeons
comfort
and shit.
level. Yeah, getting pigeons. Worried about the permit at Griffith Park.
Right.
It happens.
The night before.
Night before, that's right.
But all right, cool. Well, it was a pleasure talking to you guys. I'm really glad we talked to Christian. Let's see what happens with film mode. Maybe not. Let's go figure out what he's saying. Let's talk to some people. Let's see what happens.
Let's see.
I think he's got our vote for now. But
Yeah.
let's treat this like
It would
The
be
Voice.
stupid if we didn't
Yeah,
go out and
let's
talk
treat
to
it
the
like The
people.
Voice.
Yeah,
Let's go
stupid.
listen to some other singers. Stupid. Don't be stupid. All right, guys. Well, thanks for listening. We'll see you next time on Film Hustlers.